It happened just a few nights ago, my very first night of training. As a mobile security guard, I was nervous, excited too. You know, that strange mix of confidence and dread. The job sounded simple enough. Drive between client sites, check doors, file reports, keep everything safe and quiet. But that night was anything but quiet. My supervisor was a calm guy, mid-30s, polite. He showed me the basics. How to patrol, disarm alarms, fill out forms. We were driving through Mississauga near Toronto. It was past 1 a.m. The streets were dead silent. Dispatch called. No alarms. Just a regular perimeter check at a small medical clinic. Easy, right? When we pulled in, something felt wrong. The underground garage door was open, wide open, and the front entrance smashed in. My supervisor froze. "How the hell is that door open?" he muttered. "If someone broke in, the alarm should have gone off." I said nothing, just followed him inside, flashlight in hand. Every step echoed through the empty hallway. Then, the elevator. It moved on its own, from ground to second to third to fourth, stopping at the top floor. We stared at each other. Someone was up there. He gripped his baton tight. "Stick close to me," he whispered. My hands were shaking. I could feel my pulse in my throat. The elevator doors opened slowly. The top floor was pitch dark. We turned on the lights one by one, checking each room. Nothing. Empty halls, cold air, the kind of silence that hums inside your ears. Then, footsteps coming from the stairwell, slow at first, then faster, running down. My supervisor grabbed his radio. "Dispatch, this is A4. We need immediate backup." He tried to keep his voice steady. It cracked anyway. "We've got movement inside, possibly armed. Request backup now." Dispatch replied calmly. "Copy that, A4. Stay where you are. Backup en route. Do not engage." We stood there in the hallway, just listening. The footsteps stopped. Only the sound of rain tapping on the windows. Minutes felt like hours. Then the door downstairs opened. We heard someone running, fast, out into the street. By the time we reached the ground floor, they were gone. No silhouette, no footsteps, just the open door, swinging in the wind. We searched every floor, every room, nothing. The place was spotless, as if no one had ever been there. Later that night, my supervisor said, "Either that person was damn good at hiding, or this place is haunted." I didn't reply. I just kept staring at the elevator doors, still moving by themselves, opening and closing, like something invisible was waiting for a ride. That was my first night on the job, and this weekend, I'm going back there alone. I had been working with my company for several years, long enough to choose my own shifts and enjoy a certain level of comfort. Most of the time, I stuck to morning and evening hours, leaving the lonely night shifts to the newer guards. But eventually, management began to struggle with keeping people on the weekend overnight posts. Too many quit after just a few weeks. One weekend, I was asked to cover the Saturday night shift at a large 6-story government facility far out in the woods. The building sat alone, surrounded by a high fence topped with barbed wire. Beyond the fence, there was nothing but forest and miles of empty roads. Around 2 a.m., during a heavy thunderstorm, I sat in the control room on the top floor. I had the lights dimmed, scrolling my phone and half watching the cameras on the monitors. Suddenly, a flash of lightning illuminated the woods beyond the fence, and I thought I saw someone dart between the trees. I stared for another strike, but when the light returned, nothing was there. Minutes later, the outdoor camera overlooking the back lot went dark. When I checked the window, I saw the camera swinging loosely, wires ripped out. My stomach dropped. Soon after, the alarm system beeped. Someone had entered the code at the rear door. Whoever it was, they had access. I tried calling for help, but both the landline and my cell phone were useless. The storm must have knocked them out. When the power cut moments later, I knew someone had deliberately killed the lights. I crept into the stairwell, but heavy footsteps began climbing from below. My training told me I was armed, but I didn't feel ready to confront whoever it was. The footsteps grew closer. I bolted back up the stairwell, creating a diversion by slamming a door before climbing toward the roof access. Whoever was chasing me took the bait, bursting through the door. While I hid above, I leapt down, sprinted to the lobby, and barely escaped into the storm. As I drove away, I saw him burst from the building, dressed in black, wearing a mask, and armed. Later, police found he had dropped an unregistered handgun on the stairs. To this day, no one knows why he was there. Years back, I worked nights at a corporate office building in New Jersey. Most shifts were dull. Just me, the cameras, and the occasional patrol. But one night changed the way I felt about security work forever. Around midnight, I noticed movement on the feed from the underground parking garage. At that hour, no one should have been there. A tall figure in a long, oversized coat wandered slowly between the parked cars, not heading toward the exit, just drifting as though searching. Thinking it could be a late worker, I went down with my flashlight. The garage was silent, eerily so, with no one in sight. But when I returned to the monitors, he was there again, exact same spot. That was when I realized he had been watching me, waiting. Over the next 20 minutes, he crept toward the stairwell. Then he vanished from the cameras. A moment later, wet footprints appeared in the lobby from the elevator, bare feet on the polished floor. My skin crawled. I tried to stay calm, but soon I heard uneven, heavy steps behind me on the 5th floor. Swinging my flashlight, I caught a glimpse of that coat at the end of the hall. He had been following me the entire time, hiding whenever I checked the cameras. I ran, the sound of his footsteps echoing behind me. By the time backup arrived, the man had disappeared. Worse, the camera footage had been corrupted, erased during the exact minutes he appeared. I quit not long after. Even now, parking garages at night make my heart race, because I can still hear those wet footsteps behind me. I see you.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got